Divorce is okay. Moving on is okay. Living alone is okay. What is not okay is staying where you are not valued. What is not okay is staying where you are not valued. What do you say about this? I was just glancing through and I saw this post. It struck me. I came back, looked at it, and I said, there's some truth to this statement. Now, let's break it down and see if what we said, what this statement has some value to us. Is divorce okay? Please give me your comment in the comment section. Is divorce okay? What will make you to divorce? Divorce is a subjective term and it varies from person to person. If you are a Christian, it varies differently. To the best of my knowledge, I know that the Bible accepts divorce only when your partner cheats on you. But if there is a domestic violence, then divorce can also come into play. Because if it's at that level where your life, your life may be snatched out of you, that's the point where you say, okay, I think I have to stay apart. That's where divorce comes in. Because as Christians, if you're going in, we usually say, till death do us part, right? It's a commitment, and by the help of God, get death do us part. So, when I read this topic for today, and I saw divorce is okay. Yes, divorce is okay if you're doing it for the right reasons. But if you're doing it for the wrong reasons, I would say divorce is not okay. Say you saw somebody and then you feel like, okay, if I'm accept marriage with this person and stay with this guy or with this woman for 2 to 3 years, I'm going to benefit houses, I'm going to benefit properties, I'm going to be sponsored to school, I'm going to achieve a particular employment, I'm going to live a particular life standard. So, okay, yes, I'm going to say yes to marry this person. And when you go into that marriage, you're going with a program, you're going with a program with your plans to execute. You're not going in for love. And when you get in, what are you doing? You're following your program that you've laid. You're following the things that you've planned. Or first, you've achieved what you wanted. Some, they just want a father to their kid. So they go in, they have one kid, and they're done. They just want property. They amass the property, and the person is maybe getting poorer, or they say, okay, he's now overbearing, I want a divorce. You will see that person just out of a sudden say, I want a divorce. But if you went into the marriage with love and know that it's for better, for worse, and things start going, you will not bounce back out and say, no, I'm done. Especially that when the partner has showed you love. That one I disagree. That one I say divorce is not okay. From my perspective anyways. Because if you're going to amass wealth to benefit for your personal reasons, and when you achieve all of that, that person now is useless. And the only way to dump and move to the next person is a divorce. I will say divorce is not okay. And then if you say, okay, it's okay to be alone. If you're being alone temporarily because you've been divorced and you want to heal first before you figure out yourself, it's okay. But don't resort to being alone because you've been disappointed. There might still be somebody there that God made for you. That person is still waiting and searching. The fact that one person or two people they disappointed you doesn't mean that everybody will disappoint you. So you don't decide to live alone because one person disappoints you. There's still love out there. There are still caring people out there. There are still people willing to offer and share their lives with you. You still have a life ahead of you. Remember, we have just a short period of time. And you don't want to spend this time with loneliness, regretting, crying. Oh, I wish I stayed in the marriage because this person loved me. I'm lonely. No, you don't stay lonely because you have been divorced. So for me, it's not okay to be lonely. If it was okay to create a world with loneliness, only one person would have been on this planet Earth. We need each other. The human being is a social being. And as a social being, you need one another. Don't let one person define your entire life. Because you were divorced, you're stuck with that. He did this to me, you did this to me. You may be divorced and you stuck with it and you don't let go. When you don't let go, there's no opportunity for you to have some other person, especially if you were not the one who initiated the divorce. And most of the divorce happening now does not even happen because of abuse, does not even happen because of cheating. It happens when there's power struggle. It happens where somebody say, I don't want the situation when I say A, you say B. I want that when I say yeah, A, you just say it's okay. And if I say B, you just say it's okay. That's not how it works. So it's not okay to say, I want to be alone. Some people outside, they project their ability to be alone as if they are heroes. But in real life, they are dying. When they go back and they are alone, they are missing the connections. They are missing relationship. They are missing discussions. They are missing all the social aspects. You might have been hurt, but please, don't succumb. Don't subject yourself to like, I want to be alone. Try it. You're being alone. You think you're doing okay whereas you're not doing okay. There's this friend of ours that I know a long time, many years ago. This friend, due to the way she was treated in the marriage, she kind of made a decision. I'm never going to be married again. I'm not going to have kids. I'm just going to live my life. Yeah, she made this decision. She didn't marry. Suitors were coming. She's so beautiful, attractive, well-mannered, and have all that every man would want to put in her house, in the house. But because she didn't let go, she's not able to get past to welcome any man. Whenever a man comes, she sends away and says, there's no space for you in my life. And some men will try, put effort, but you get tired somewhere. Because she built this big wall that everybody come and bounce at. And she thought she was happy. She wasn't happy. She just couldn't let go the hurt. She just couldn't get past the grieving, the pain, the trauma that she has gone through. And she wouldn't accept that she hadn't let go. And when you're talking with her, you say, that was some years ago. I've let go. I've moved on. My business is doing well. But in the house, she cries. She's happy outside. She has all these outfits. She have all these businesses. She's doing really well financially. But is that all you need as a human being? Financials? Haven't you seen people who are billionaires not happy? Because we need human connection. Because we need relationship. Because we are built as social beings. And social beings connect. Social beings do not live independently and say, okay, I'm doing well, I got this, I'm this, and this, and this. So this friend of mine, there was one day I came on announced, and guess what? I found her crying so loud in her room. And guess what? I said, hey, what's up? You're doing so well. You got your businesses, you got cash, everything is, you are a self-independent woman. Why the tears? You know, when you're caught, there's no way you're gonna hide it. She went, my dear. It's not all I've been putting out there that has been the truth. I tried to cope. I thought I've gone past my past, the trauma. I even seek for help, counseling. But one thing, the decision I thought I made was a decision never to try and make connections again or give a man an opportunity in my life. And I'm like, wow, this is how I went. For the first time, I've got to hear my friend share how she was hurting. I knew she was. I tried. We tried, but she was not ready. So at times, what happens is also gives yourself time. You will get to that aspect where you've healed, and then you will feel like, okay, now I can connect. Now I can connect. And guess what? It didn't take 3 months. My friend had a fiance. We started walking. Now she was ready and willing to accept somebody. And when the person came with like, this person has been hurt before. If you know you're coming with those intentions, please back up right now. We orientate the guy who was coming in. And guess what? They are happily married today with 3 kids. Isn't it amazing, people? When you stay, you want to stay lonely. What happens when you're sick? Did you think about that? Your friends may come one today or tomorrow. Do you think your friends are going to come again? They also have other people in their life, and they also have other responsibility. At times when you're down, who do you turn to? To your significant other, and you share. When you're sick, who do you turn to? To your significant. They step up to support you. When you live lonely, yeah, you can have housemate, house help, or whatever. But there is somebody you want to share your emotional part with. That person who knows you more. That person who knows what to do when you're down. That person who is always there for you to support you. So, to a certain extent, I do not accept the aspect it is okay to stay alone. Now let's move. It is okay to move on. How do you move on? Some people, for them to move on, they need to get quick a different partner. And at times, when you want to get quick the partner, you rush and you make the wrong move, the wrong decision, and you get yourself in more problems. So if you're that person who you want to move really quick, Take a little bit of time, study that person that you want to move on with, so you don't make the same mistake that you made with the other relationship that led to a divorce. Some people, they want to move on, they move away from the town, from the province, or maybe from the country. They go to a different place where they are not known to start up a life. If you are that kind of person and you want to move on, that's also okay. You're moving on by leaving your past, leaving those things that were holding you down, that make you destroy your life and make you worthless, to create, to start building connection, to start building relations that's gonna help build you up. That's gonna help build you up. That's how you call those kind of relationship. That's moving up. When you want to move on, you prioritize some other thing to you that will help you focus and focus on. Some you want to move on, you need to go seek for help for specialists, counselors, people who will help you with divorce, that they support after the divorce. When the divorce is going on, you need a different support. After the divorce, you need a different support because you need to heal. You can't function when you are still living. Though living away, you're still living in that marriage. Though divorced on paper, you're still living in that marriage. You need to move past all of that. So I concord with the one that you move on. Let me know and share the different ideas or different ways as to how you do to move on, to move away from a divorce, from a bad marriage, from a marriage that almost crumbled you, and you have to pick the few pieces of yourself, put together. Because people, they struggle, but it's so hard to let go. We don't encourage let go, but you have to let go when you know you have reached that level. And if you are an individual, you have to let go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. You start questioning yourself. You might as well be the problem. And if you are the problem, how can you fix it? Did I carry the same thing from the first person to the second? And I didn't learn anything. I didn't work on myself. I carried from the second to the third, and from the third to the fourth, and from the fourth to the fifth. What did I do? It's only when you heal, you're healed, that you can function different. And you always feel that the least obstacle that comes your way is for you to kick the man, or it's for you, the man, to kick the woman and move to another one. That's not how it works. And make sure you're getting into that relationship of marriage with good intentions. Because if you do get in with bad intention, you will always see yourself traveling, packing up and moving to the next one. The next 1 or 2 years, you pack up and move to the next one. Don't you see that's a concern? Don't you see that's an issue that you need to work on yourself? And then there was that one that it's not okay. It's not okay to stay where you are not valued and you're not happy. First, I'm going to talk about the happy. Happiness is subjective. It's subjective. What makes you happy will not make me happy. And what makes me happy will not make you happy. And you are the person who make the decision to be happy. You tell yourself, I have decided to be happy. As I get into this marriage, I have decided to be happy. And you lay down the parameters as to how you're going to be making yourself happy. But if you allow your happiness to be dependable on your spouse, that's where you're getting it all wrong. Your spouse is supposed to be an add-on to your happiness. So when you choose to be happy, like I choose to smile, I'm smiling. If somebody else, say my spouse, come now and say, oh, I got a surprise for you, here you go, and it's something that I like, I'm gonna be more happy. You see, you get it? So now my spouse have added to my happiness. I made that decision. I chose and I stood by it. I made decisions. I followed through. I ensure I was sticking to that happiness. And remember, when you're choosing happiness, in cause of your happiness, you're also making another person happy. Let me tell you, try this. If you're walking on the road, you see somebody, just smile. I bet you anybody watching me now, you were smiling. You know why? Because smiling is contagious and happiness is contagious. So when you see somebody smile, before you know it, you're smiling back. Right? I bet you will be smiling back at me right now. When you also choose to be happy, happiness is contagious. In a situation where it is not contagious, that is where there is selfishness in it. You not only be unhappy, you put in selfishness. And when you put in that act of selfishness, the other person by you will not be happy. Imagine if I was passing and I was smiling at you, and while I was smiling, you saw me pinching somebody by me and smiling. It would be so difficult for you to smile back. Because what I'm doing, I'm putting on a smile face, whereas I'm hurting somebody. And you wouldn't like to see somebody being hurt. In that aspect, you're not going to smile back. So the question I throw back to you, who is watching you, do you have that decision to smile? Do you have that decision for happiness? And is your happiness contagious? If your happiness is contagious, then you're heading to the right direction. If it's not contagious, then it's selfish happiness. And that's the more reason it's hurting your partner. And have you ever for once reflected on it and say, yep, this thing that I'm doing and enjoying it, my partner or my spouse may not be enjoying it. It might have been hurting him or she. Have you ever thought? And have you gone to find out how you can do it better or regulate it to the middle, to a level where your partner can accommodate and you can accommodate and you strike a balance? Have you? If you haven't, and you feel that it's all about you, you got to be happy. You don't want to stay where you're not valued. What happens if this person have been valuing you before? What happened? How did it come about that this person stopped valuing you? There must be something. Get to that root cause. Ask questions. Communicate. Seek for better understanding. Because if you made that decision to be with that person, and out of a sudden you say, oh, I'm rushing for a divorce, I'm not going to stay where I am not valued, I am not happy. Oh, yeah, it's okay. It's a justifiable statement. But what happened? That this place you have been valued, that this place that you've been there before, you have been respected. Out of a sudden, There's no respect. Out of a sudden, you're not valued. Human being only respond to action, respond to things that has happened or are going on. Somebody will not just out of a sudden change a character without a root cause. Seek for a better understanding. Maybe you've gone off even without recognizing. Maybe you've started to be selfish and putting only your first self first, not caring who you hurt around you. Just maybe. Just maybe. And when you have gone through all this and check and check and check and check and check, and you try to strike a balance with the other partner, except the other partner is not receptive, give time. Because at times, some people need time. At times, you give space while you're making yourself happy. It doesn't mean that you have to be dependable on that person's happiness. You see? Because at times, we rush, we always choose the easier way. Me and you know, you watching, you know we always go for the easier way out. And forgetting that a little bit of patience and tolerance and a little bit of work can get your marriage back, can get your relationship back, can get your woman back, can get your man back. Just a little bit. But we rush so fast. I'm done. I already talked to the lawyer. We're getting a divorce. It's getting a divorce. And out of a sudden, in the next 1, 2, 3 months, you're saying you wish you didn't divorce. Most people, a lot of couples that divorce, when you ask them some years after or months, they said, I wish I did not divorce. Now I know better. I needed just to be tolerant and do things different. But I was so rushed, so quick to divorce. Because we usually rush to the way out. Are you that person who will not tolerate for a little bit, who will not exercise patience, who has no tolerance? And the easier way to do is run away, seek for a divorce, get a divorce. And are you that partner who uses divorce to threaten your other partner? Because that other partner is afraid of being alone, is afraid of being without a wife, is afraid of being without a husband. And when you see that's a weakness, you use that to control them. You use that to exploit them. You use that to traumatize them. And you hear men say, if you don't like it, let's do a divorce. I am even tired of this marriage. And you know that even when you do something wrong, when you say that, the woman will stay quiet because she wants to stay there and look after her kids. She doesn't want to live with and abandon her kids. Or the man will stay there because he is a family person. He was brought up that way. And divorce to them is a taboo. Divorce in their culture is a no-no. And you know all of that. Never you use that to your advantage. Never you use it as a card to pull when you are wrong, so that your other partner can stay back, so that your other partner cannot say a word. Because some people, when you say that and they know that divorce is a no-no, they just say, that's okay, I accept. And then you're trampling on them. You're putting them like your doormat and climbing on them. That's not okay. That is not okay. And you do that so that each time, oh, I'm even tired of this relationship. It's more of pain than happiness. I didn't know this is how it's going to get me to. I am so disappointed that this is how you've turned out to be. you say those words, if they play those words back to you, are you gonna like them? Are you gonna appreciate them? You will be hurt as well. So people, this I share from a good place of happiness. I share because I care. I share because I think just one word can help somebody. I share because this platform has given us the ability to share and connect. Please, I don't know who might be going through this. Use a few words here to make you feel better and improve on your life. Please share this and put your comment. It was a pleasure to have this opportunity to talk with you. Thank you for watching. Oh, somebody asked me where you. I'm in Edmonton in Alberta, Canada. Where are you too? Let me know where you're watching from. Please, thanks for watching. Comment and share so other people can have the opportunity to watch and listen. You never know who is where. I am from Canada. Where are you from? Why are you so curious? So people, that's my 50 cents, and thank you for watching. Hope you're having a nice day. Put a smile on your face and choose to be happy. Thank you. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye-bye.